Greetings, world, and welcome to The Chosen Few. I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you are continuing to practice social distancing and continuing to support anyone and everyone that is less off than you as best you are capable of doing. Welcome to this show where we play fantasy games and chat with each other in character. It's a lot of fun. I will point out that we have a couple different people, several different people, who may be having some mild internet issues. If there are any problems, please bear with us, and we will solve them as best we can, as quickly as we can, as best we can. There we go. Got a lot going on today. Uh, we've got a fantasy election going on. We have mind control parasites going on. We've got one of our teammates has been, affected by said mind control parasites. Let's see. We also have, I don't know, the destruction of the covering, which protected the planet. That's going on. Also, I don't think that even the politicians themselves are fully aware of the earthquake that was caused that wiped out a major stockpile of Earth's blood, which is one of their most valuable resources, and all sorts of things of that ilk going on right now, not to mention other things. So, dive on in and see what we're going to do. Where do we stop? Yeah, right. Where do we stop last session? I think we stopped with the intention of, like, the five of you getting together and discussing politics.
We were.
I had just tortured a brain slug, and to much to the chagrin of the rest of the party. And then that's where we stopped. And so we could pick it up right there, or we could just
let's
segue into politics.
No, we can pick it up there. We've got. I mean, I think that the way that conversations evolve in real life, at least in my experience, one and the other aren't necessarily separate. Sometimes you're talking about one thing and you think you're talking about one thing, but then suddenly it turns out, oh my god, we were talking about politics, and everyone is mad. That's never happened in my life. I don't know about yours, but it certainly didn't happen this morning over breakfast when we were talking about a movie that we had all seen last night. Definitely not. Okay, let's I think we should pick it up right there. So Caliban, the cleric of sort of confusing and weird god that most of you don't really know anything about at all, and if you do know anything about them, it's minor things at best, has just tortured a brain slug for information. Mixed success, but I think relative success. Certainly you know more than you did before. And that's the scene we are in. We have just done this. And yeah. So what's the plan, guys?
Why don't we leave this thing on ice for a little while? That way we won't be able to go anywhere. Unless you have any other ideas.
I think last session Timothy had scooped up the brain slug and put him in water again.
Yes.
Okay. Never mind. Say, all right.
Put him back.
As long as he can't get out of there. Do we have a lid for it?
It's in a jar. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's in the fish tank. There's a top.
Okay. As long as we think you can't get out.
Because we know who he would be going for at this point.
Yeah. So I mean, but let's talk about this for a second, because they feed on brains. They feed on living brains, and if we're not going to feed it, we're essentially torturing it as well. So what do you suggest we do?
Well, my 2 cents here. It said that it did not. I'm sorry. It said that when it occupied a brain, it didn't actually feed on it, and that it was a symbiotic relationship. Which, I mean, I don't know, maybe is more semantics than anything. But if we believe it to be true, maybe we have been misled.
Are we still able to talk with it?
Not anymore. We've severed the connection. We could do it again, but it would be a whole nother thing.
Okay.
Do we know if it can hear us?
Depends on where you are. It seemed to be able to hear you guys when you were speaking.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it would be good to know what it eats if we're going to not starve it.
Brains.
It's
You need brains.
It eats brains.
Or I think it needs a brain to live.
I think it said it didn't eat it. Is that accurate?
For clarity's sake, just to clarify things, the DM, told Thea that it does not eat brains, that it needs some other food source. But no one was privy to that but Thea in terms of in-game stuff.
Okay.
It did say it didn't eat brains. It made that claim while under a truth spell.
Right. I mean, it said like that it can leave the host and leave the host undamaged. And the case where we had seen that the host was like brain damaged or whatever, that something else happened to do that. So I mean, I guess if we don't want to torture it, and we know there's what, 10,000 more.
12.
I mean, sorry,
12,000.
12. Oh, all right. Well, what have you?
Well, I mean, we don't know that they are all on this planet, nor they are all still remaining. They were made. 12,000 were made 100 years ago.
Right, but I thought I was under the impression that they were like made here or something. I don't know. I think I could be wrong, but like the Illithids like made them here and they escaped. I'm not sure.
I thought they came in the meteor thing. No.
No. That was the meteor. The meteor swarm came in the meteor. These things we were brought here because of these things. They are the reason why we are here.
Well, I guess my point is like, if we don't want to torture it, I feel like we should like just let it go. You know, if it's only looking for symbiotic or for willing hosts anyways.
I don't think.
Yeah, sorry. No, you first, please.
I don't think we can, in good consciousness, in good conscience, let it go, because that could lead to problems. You know, when you put an invasive species into the new habitat, they can take over and things like that. But I do think we should keep it alive because it is sentient. Yes.
Yeah, I think there's a little disconnect here now. We need to decide this now. Are we for these creatures or against them? We can't be anywhere in the middle.
We could be somewhere in the middle.
No, if we let them go and say they're their own problem, then they're just going to take over the rest of the Kava in their own time. And if we let them do that, that's fine. But then we need to leave the Kava. There's no reason for us to be here.
We don't know how many are in the Kava. My impression was that there's 12,000 of them, but not like at some point, but not like they were expressly here.
Right.
I mean, there's an amount in the Kava. I think that before I don't think we should kill it, but I do think we should let like the Kava Council know what's going on.
I agree. I think transparency would be the best policy here, and like I think if assuming that these are symbiotic relationships and they don't mean the Kava or our planet any ill intent, we could invite people who are infected to come forward.
I think that's an incredible idea. That's actually someone who wants to take Arwa's place on the council approached me about that very same thing and said those very same words. And when I asked what she would do with the infected, she said that was the option that she was most considering. I think that's a brilliant idea, is to reveal those who are infected and make them held accountable for what they are.
Well, what do you mean by held accountable? Like, doesn't seem like they've done anything wrong.
Yet, we don't know. We only find out by asking them.
Well, whoever they are, whatever they've done, if they I don't even if they're innocent, it sounds like you wouldn't want them to be just hanging around the Kava anyways. Like you want to get rid of them, right? So that doesn't really get us any closer to that solution. Unless we can, people want to voluntarily go somewhere else. If there's a brain slug land somewhere, or they we can get them a spaceship or something like that to get off, to leave us alone. But if I don't know, do you think that it's possible that they could just stay here and be peaceful with the world as it is and the Kava as it is? Or if not, then we need another solution.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, and I don't think we have enough information yet. I think the way to get that information would be to do what John just said, and have the council and us basically working in step with each other to reveal as many people who are infected as possible, so that we know where they are, and so that we can talk to them about what they're doing and why they're doing it.
Well, people aren't going to be wanting to come forward if we don't, if we can't say that they'll be safe, for example, right? If there's this sort of implication that they're coming forward to judgment, nobody's going to want to do that. But I do agree with you that I think that working with the council is going to be very important, which is why I had a discussion with Nusha earlier, and I spoke to her, and she agrees that we should have a more direct voice in the council, and that's something that she is willing to do if she is elected. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm, to be honest, I'm thinking about I might put in a public word for her to say that I support her. I support her pursuing this position.
We do know for pretty much certain that Nusha is infected.
That's true.
If she were to come forward, that would be quite the role model then, right? In encouraging others to. Is that what you were saying, or are you saying that as a point of caution, Nova?
Well, I mean, I think maybe more as a point of caution. I don't know that we should endorse anyone we know has the infection or whatever we're calling it, just because we're not sure what kind of if they do have other end goals. I think that would be dangerous to endorse someone who we don't 100% know what their goals are.
Well, let's be real. We've been here for what, a week or two? We don't 100% know what anybody's goals are here. And if we are standing up and endorsing people, anyone, we're doing it as outsiders, and we're doing it kind of blindly. And so I think that we should be doing it towards our own, making these choices towards our own goals, towards our own ends, more than trusting that any one of them is going to be acting in a completely trustworthy or magnanimous way.
I think that I think that we should talk with Nuja. Maybe like at least partially about, saying that we know that she's infected and that I don't think we're sure what to do about it. And personally, I don't have like a totally negative reaction to the brain shrimp at this point, because they could be, consensually invading people's bodies. But I mean,
I really don't get that. I don't get that. Like that's like saying you watch an army of 100 march across someone's borders and slaughter lives, and then they say, "Oh, sorry, they asked us to do this."
No, I don't believe that metaphor is apt. It's more like you ask a caretaker to come in and live with you. Again, assuming we can trust the brain.
Right. I find it hard to believe that 12,000 people in the Kava voluntarily said, "I'm so insecure about my wants and hopes and dreams that I'm going to let a parasite live in my brain and let it figure things out for me."
We still don't know that there's 12,000 people in the Kava.
Yes. But you get what I'm saying.
I think we should try to figure out more from Nuja and see what she thinks. I mean, I think it's tough though, because if we were to talk to Nuja, and we would need to be able to differentiate like Nuja's thoughts from the brain shrimp thoughts in order to tell whether or not it was consensual.
I think Nuja is too useful of an ally, and I feel like it's too soon to force her hand by admitting that we know about her.
Well, I don't understand that you think she's an ally. She's the one who brought us here for the purpose of breaking the covering, and we did it. She used us this entire time. I don't want her to keep using us.
She was able to use us because we had no idea of what was going on, and we came in trusting, and we let ourselves be used. Anybody
and now
here,
we're going to trust her again and be used again?
I didn't say to trust her. I said that we should now that we know a little bit more of what the situation is, and we know a few more of the players on the field, we have an opportunity to I guess force her hand more gently and ask for things that will help put us into a better position. Things like being represented on the council and having ears and a voice there. I'm not saying that, any of you have to say anything for her, but ideally, maybe the best possible situation at this point is that we, as a group, are have somebody endorsing every candidate, and that way, when there's however things come out, we have an in with and a sense of obligation from whoever does come out as the candidate.
Oh, Nika, you have just invented the corporate strategy. I love it. Thank you. Sorry, keep going.
Well, that's. I just know this is what my grandma would have said. Like in all our long political conversations, growing up around the kitchen table, this is what this is what I always heard, and so you don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? And so words to live by.
Thea, you're awfully quiet. What do you think? I mean, you were the only one who was inside its head, so I feel like you have a unique perspective.
Right. Well, they didn't tell me much, but just hearing this slug's answers under this truth spell, I think we can. I don't think it's a big threat. I don't. And this whole time we have been acting blindly with little information, and if somebody can offer us a position where we are given more information, I think we can do the most good. So if Nuja is offering us something, is offering us a seat, then I think we should listen.
I still think that before endorsing Nuja, we need to know more about these things. Otherwise, I feel like that's a pretty dangerous gamble.
Did someone else approach you both? Because
Yeah.
I was approached and Celexa was approached.
Yeah. We were approached by our friend who was going to be sacrificed.
Yep.
No kidding.
Kyra.
Why?
I think it's like swept up by destiny, and people are looking to make some kind of reason out of our shenanigans, and I think that's why.
He himself said he was looking. He had never had to make choices for himself since the age of 6 or something. He has been on this track, and now he is essentially aimless. Now that I say that out loud, assuming that these things are symbiotic, he would be the perfect candidate to sign up for brain duty.
Words out of my mouth.
We could ask, I guess.
Did he ask you for anything?
Did he even ask for an endorsement?
He asked for guidance only.
Yeah.
I think there was he's more uncomfortable with the political thing than all of the other people, so he didn't really know how to ask for an endorsement. So instead he came to you and asked for advice. And then if you gave good advice, he would treat that kind of as an endorsement, although that would be different than he wouldn't say anything, of course, without. So no is the correct answer? Question mark.
I don't think he came to the right people for endorsements either. I don't know. I don't think I am particularly well versed in the political scene. My character, that is.
So we have a couple questions to answer then here. I think the top 3 questions for me are: do we want to nominate as a united front, or do we want to nominate as separate individuals? And what would the purpose of that be?
I don't hate the idea of splitting up our nominations. I like Silex's grandma says. I think there's some wisdom in that. But I still think that we should know more about the brain shrimp before we nominate anyone who is a host of them.
And the nomination would happen in about 5 hours from now, so we don't really have that kind of time. But so, I think a downside of nominating different people here would be we don't end up actually having a sway in the outcome. All we're doing is showing that we ourselves are divided, and that shows weakness on our part.
Well, it also it also keeps anyone who might seek to inhibit us from fully knowing our intentions as a group. And so if you lay all your hands on the table, then people are going to know whether or not they can they can beat your hand or not. My grandma used to say that too.
I totally agree. I just don't think we have a hand.
I don't think. Yeah, I agree. I don't think we need to play one either. This is an outside. Like, this is not our culture. Like, as much as they brought us in to help, maybe not actually. Really, they brought us into. No, the Kavad didn't even bring us in. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we don't need to endorse anyone. We need to tell them the truth and then help them figure it out from there or not. I don't think like maybe they shouldn't even have a leader. Maybe they need to take some time to figure themselves out.
But I think we do have a hand. They brought us here as outsiders to make a big impact, whatever that may be, and we're still revered around here. I think we still have a big pull.
An idea. Okay, so we have like 5 hours. Two possible things we could do. We could talk with Bashir, who's in jail, and who talking with him wouldn't sabotage anything else. We may be able to learn more. Second idea, we go to the council with what we know before there's any kind of vote taken. And then that's out in the open before there's some new leader.
Was there a third option?
I don't know if I have a third option, but there's at least 2.
Third option, we run in as they are doing the vote, objection style.
Like at a wedding.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying I have a track record of doing so at ceremonies in this place.
Can we not do that?
Okay.
Let's not do option 3.
Okay.
That didn't end very well.
Okay. Well, I'll release the birds then.
So the other thing we're a little divided on right now is whether or not we should nominate a candidate who we know is infected, and or who we know would have a high possibility of being infected. The woman who talked to me, Ida, is that right?
Yes.
Who's the leader of the faithful. She gave me blood from her own arm without me asking. If that's not a sign of individual strength and not being infected, I don't know what is.
Well, that's true, but if that's not to say that she won't bend the situation to her personal gain, and also that's not to say that she won't. I mean, these poor creatures, right? That they're just trying to survive. She might just prefer to exterminate them completely.
And as you know, I'm not against that necessarily.
Sure. Yeah. As I now know, you are not against that. Yeah. Good to know about you. So you can endorse her, and I think I'll have a good word to say about Nuja, who I think will not, at the very least, will not be an exterminator style leader, and and as a matter of fact, we do with Nuja. At least we do kind of have a hand. We know that she's infected, and she doesn't know that we know that, and that is, in fact, that kind of insight gives us an opportunity to use what she says and does to our advantage. So that's
I just had a thought. What sort of my third question, and I think actually this is maybe the most important one, is what do we want from the person that we nominate? From who, and we're also assuming that the person who we nominate will get the election because of the sway that we hold, right?
That's a big assumption.
They literally worship us, so I'll go out on the limb and say that's not unsafe.
So what do we want from the council and from the person that we nominate? From the Kari? What's our main goal here?
Personally, I think if there is a way for both the Kavanians and the brain shrimp to coexist, I think that would be the preferable outcome. Where we don't have to exterminate an entire species, and also the Kavanians aren't being brain controlled against their will. If that's an option, that would be my preferable outcome.
And maybe there's a way to help them get their revenge on the Illithid as well.
Yeah, that's.
Do we have a stake in that fight though?
I mean, assume that the Illithid Collective were using the brain shrimp to, do something here to control the outcome of things here on our planet, then I think we do have a say in that.
And we, in fact, I don't know, in an ideal world, maybe we could actually use that also to our advantage. For example, I wonder if the brain shrimp can use Illithids as hosts.
Do they have ear canals?
That seems like that would be kind of a happily ever after scenario for everyone except the Illithids who,
Would any of us know if that would be possible? Would any of us need to be able to make a roll to figure that out?
Yeah, I'll allow a roll. That makes sense. I will allow a roll from anyone. Let's see. Has anyone spoken with an Illithid?
Thea and Celexa.
Great. Then I will allow either of you.
And myself, because I spoke with the Illithid at the party.
Perfect. Then I will allow any of the three of you to make a nature check to see if they had ear canals. Oh god, I really, really, really want Thea to fail this roll.
So Celexa is gonna be like, Thea, you know about these things. We went and we saw them, right? But you can tell us. And she's gonna pass an inspiration die to Thea.
Mm-hmm. I really want you to roll on that one. Oh yes, I love it.
There it is.
Okay. Thea, you don't know, but your friend knows that of course it's a possibility.
Huh.
So of course you know. So of course that's a possibility. In fact, more than a possibility, that's the goal. And if you could get these people on your side, they seem pretty effective at causing change. They were pretty helpful before.
Okay, so my friend tells me this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do have canals. I think that could be a great idea.
It's perfect. Like, that's what we want. Like, that's the way out, right? Is if we get the brain shrimp things with the weird Illithid things, and then one takes care of the other. Problem solved. Everybody's happy except for the Illithids, but whatever, who cares? And then we can all go home.
So let's be clear here. You're not in favor of killing off all of the intellect devourers, but you are in favor of having all of the illithids be mind controlled.
Well, to be fair, I don't think it's going to be all of the illithids. I mean, there's I don't know how many.
So you're
there
in
are.
favor of mostly genocide.
Well, they won't be dead. They won't be dead, and
they're having
seems
revenge,
like-
so I'm guessing that they'll actually eat their brains.
well, we don't even know if that's something they can do. And if they eat their brains, they can't even like live. They can't kill the host and then still live in it, right? So they're symbiotic. They're gonna live like together. Anyways,
So
it seems like the illithids are asking for it. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna say.
and the illithids created them to do this exact job. So we're just bringing them back where they started.
Poetic justice.
okay,
As
so
Grandma used to say.
goals here. Kavanians and Brain Shrimp coexist. Help them get their revenge on the illithid? ? And a goal that I think would be not just selfish but help the rest of the planet would be to have a fairly quick way to reinstall the covering, and or have someone in charge who is interested in peaceful coexistence and trade with the back and forth, right? Someone who's actually has the interests of our planet in mind, not just those outside.
Well, I'll say, for example, of Nuja, that she is, of course, both an advocate for trade, and also, when she spoke to me, said that she wanted to protect our planet from the influences of, for example, the Empire, which I think is exactly what you're describing. A leader who will protect our interests while still being able to manage trade. So
I believe that you believe that. However, I have a way to definitively figure out what the best option is. And I sit down and I cast divination.
I don't know why I wasn't prepared for that, but I totally was not prepared for that. Sure. Yeah, let's fucking do it.
So, specifically, who should we nominate? Who do we want to be on the seat of the Kari if our goals are protecting our planet first and foremost as the number one, and a number two, close number two, having Kavanians and the Brain Shrimp coexist?
Okay. So while I ponder for a second,
Yeah.
Because fucking can't you narrate what this looks like when you're casting this divination spell so that I can
Absolutely.
think about this, and then I'm gonna have you restate the question before I answer.
Sure. So, this is a spell that takes a moment. No, it's an action. So, I take out. I go, great. We have some goals. That's wonderful. I'm gonna go over there, and I walk just sort of to a far corner of our bunker, and take out of some of my pockets some incense that I brought down from my room. Set them on both sides of me, light them, and take out my holy symbol, the fossil that I carry with me, and set it in front of me. Pour some water on it. Pour some of the sort of waft some of the smoke of the incense toward the fossil, and have it sort of swirl around me until it's I'm almost entirely enveloped in this smoke.
Beautiful. And let's restate your question for clarity's sake.
Absolutely. So, if our goal is the protection of our planet and putting our planet first and foremost, and as a close second goal, the coexistence between the Brain Shrimp and the Kavanians, who do we want to nominate for the head of the Kari?
When the Akarut replies to you, it doesn't reply in a single voice. As you know, some of your colleagues do not, the Akarut is less a single god and more the voices of many gods, overlooked, overthrown, or forgotten. A chaotic being that speaks in many ways, many times, and constantly speaking over each other. But as most disciples of the Akarut know, by narrowing your focus, by bringing about order, this chaos actually can coalesce. You're used to this chaos coalescing one voice. It comes to one thing that says one thing. And what starts as the whisperings of many people all over around you coalesces into them all sort of whispering in unison, slightly different rhythms. But this time, unfortunately, there is a divide within them. Because there is a divide in your question.
Mm-hmm.
There is no person that works for both your stated goals. So you hear Aida and you hear Nuja.
I just sort of hastily just sort of wafted away from me. Just like it. I relay everything that I just heard.
Darn. Do we know which one was the answer to which question?
Yeah. Aida was the answer to protecting our planet first and foremost. Kavanians and Brain Shrimp coexisting was Nuja.
Are you sure?
Was I sure?
Yes.
Okay.
You're definitely sure.
Because Nuja and the Brain Shrimp, like, if that was not like them coexisting, it could have been like them taking over. Could have been the
That's true.
Outcome.
That's true, but that actually confirms that what the Brain Shrimp said in the Zone of Truth was really true. That they are willing to live here and thrive here. But I stand by my belief that of those two things, the protection of the people who live on our planet and the people we grew up with and the people we love comes first.
So, I think on that proclamation, there is a knock on the door to the room that you guys are in.
I go to the door and peek through the crack.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Meek is standing there very, very low.
Oh. Hello.
Hi! It's Meek.
Yeah, come in. Come in.
Oh, hi. And let's see. Well, I was sent here.
Again?
Yes.
Okay. Meek. Out with it.
Oh, right. And he like reaches down and pulls out a piece of paper, and you see on the piece of paper there's like chicken scratch on it. Like it is not even like calling this a language would be way too strong. But he looks at it and he furrows his like kobold brow and he says, "Please tell Timothy to visit me where we met before. Sincerely, Taj El Aziz." And then he crumples it up and eats it.
Okay. Thank you, Meek. Thank you for delivering that. Is that a good tasting message?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good. Great. Thank you. As you were.
Did I do good?
Meek, you did great.
Excellent. He turns and like runs. And he scampers away. And when Meek runs, like he can run on two legs quite easily, but it's not uncommon for him to just like partway through be so low to the ground that he's just like, yeah, 4 legs for a little while and then back up to 2 and then down to 4 and then back up to 2. sort of alternating between them freely and comfortably. It's very fluid, actually. He's quite fast.
Who would like to take a little adventure out into the forest with me? At some point.
I'm so sick of this room. I just, yeah, I would love to. I never thought I would hear myself say I would love to get out in the forest, but right now, oh my god, this place is just depressing.
I'll do it.
You all going?
Yeah, the incense is really strong. I want to get out of here.
Your incense. Sorry.
It's my incense. It's my own fault.
Yours. Okay, cool. So the five of you head out to the woods. Timothy, you're going at a brisk pace, I presume, and because you are ranger, you guys can get there relatively quickly, which is important because we do have a 5-hour time limit before an election takes place, and a couple hours before we're supposed to endorse people. So that ranger skill is coming in handy, even though it doesn't feel like it's coming in handy. It's coming in handy right here. So you can get there in probably about 15-20 minutes. I'm putting you at the 4-hour mark of time left is what we're going to say, because obviously that was a long conversation and all that stuff. So you make it out into the woods, and again, you see sitting under the tree an elderly man, although not nearly as old as he claims to be, Taj El Aziz, sitting there comfortably.
Good afternoon. It's nice to see you again. I got your message.
Oh, good. I wasn't certain the child could deliver it well.
I don't know how old Meek Meek is, but he is very, very dutiful at his
Meek Meek?
jobs. The kobold?
I don't know him.
Oh, never mind.
I sent a child to deliver a message to you. You're telling me the child didn't deliver it to you, but delivered it to Meek Meek?
Yes.
Ah, is Meek Meek in your employ?
Yes.
Then I will be impressed by the child.
These are my friends. These are my colleagues. The ones that you sent me to save from getting brainwashed.
Yeah, thanks, by the way.
Oh, I didn't send you to do that. You chose to do that when you were informed of the facts.
Yeah, well, you led me to believe those facts, so...
And was I wrong?
No, you weren't wrong. It's been a long few days. Facts are... Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this. Facts are subjective at this point.
Well, greetings, all of you. My name is Taj El Aziz.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you. You look, I don't know, vaguely familiar. I don't know. I'm not sure why. Something. I don't think we've met before, but some family resemblance,
Yes.
maybe. I don't know.
Oh, you're speaking of one of my grandchildren, or I guess technically great-grandchildren. Yes, I saw him. He is limping quite heavily now. He stopped by on his way out of town.
Oh,
Where's he going?
He was smart enough not to tell me, and had he told me, I would not tell you.
And we have a bit of a history now.
Yes, he is unhappy with you.
Oh, so you've heard of me? Okay, nice. I'm glad to hear that he remembers who I am.
Yeah.
Is Taj El Aziz's like assistant,
Umar?
the younger man here?
Nope.
I whisper that to Timothy.
Yeah, Taj, where your servant, the one who held me at knife point.
Umar, yes.
Yes. Is he about?
He's hunting.
Will he be back shortly?
He will be back when he has caught something.
That's fair. now would be a great time to tell us if you knew anything secretive about him.
Secretive.
Yeah.
He is, I don't know, young, annoying, eager. No, I don't know anything secretive about him.
Okay. Well, hey, tell you what. How about you go first? Why did you call us here?
Oh, well, you are aware that your actions have caused some consternation among some peoples.
Yes.
You have removed the covering via interrupting that ritual.
Kind of an uptight way to look at it, but yeah, I guess that happened.
Uptight?
Well, I mean, people are really kind of like getting really upset about a whole new world opening up in front of them.
Yes. That was, in fact, what I brought you here to speak about.
Oh, well, could be good timing. I feel like we could use a little bit of extra. We could use another perspective, I think, in our group right now.
Sometimes more perspectives muddle rather than clarify.
Well, let's just see.
You have taken down the covering. There are some who have approached even me in my exile, stipulating that they have the express and explicit goal of bringing the covering back.
Is such a thing possible? We were led to believe it was a 90-year ceremony or what have you.
I know not whether it is possible, but it must not be.
Why is that?
The covering was an unnatural protection. This planet is in a position where it is time for it to grow and develop and become part of the worlds around us. This covering was like a crib, useful in the planet's infancy, but now it is a teenager. Imagine putting a teenager within a crib. It is scary when the crib is removed, for you might fall out. But it is also time to take your first real steps.
As he's saying this, are we in his camp right now?
Yeah, I mean, camp is a strong word. He's literally leaning backwards against a tree. There's like a log that's cut down that someone could sit upon, but basically you just have to sit on the dirt.
Okay. Is there a sign that Umar's been here in the past day at least?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Only 13.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not evident. There's like a collection of berries that he's like partway through that's near him.
Okay.
That he probably didn't collect himself. But they could be 2 or 3 days old.
While he's telling us about why the covering should not come back, I'd like to do a insight check.
Please. Yeah, I mean, he definitely called you here to tell you that, and he's definitely very calm and even-handed. His voice shows no strain. There's a possibility when Timothy said, we were led to believe that magic was gone or something like that, or that it wasn't possible, and then he replied, that may well be, or something like that. He definitely knows spells that would potentially help rebuild the covering, so he could do it, but clearly does not want to, for some reason or other. He may have other reasons as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's definitely not lying or misleading you from his perspective.
Can I Mr. Aziz, do you mind if I ask you a rather forward question?
I, in fact, prefer it.
Are you
People waste time speaking around the issue rather than to the point. When you reach my age, the artifice of everyday life sometimes is beautiful and other times trifling.
Are you infected?
I'm sorry?
Are you a host of a thing in your brain?
I am afraid I don't fully comprehend the question.
The reason that we have been
Oh, right. The reason that you were all brought here. Yes. Is that real?
Yeah, it is.
Interesting.
It's okay if you are. You could tell.
Oh, sorry. No, I am not.
And can I do an insight check on that also?
Yeah, please.
Same.
Please. 24. Yeah, you don't. Neither of you see any signs of him being deceptive. He's a weird one, and reading him is awkward and hard in some ways. But neither of you see any signs of him being deceptive at all.
No, nothing. Okay. Are you aware that Umar is a host to one of these creatures?
Was a host. I say
Was?
out loud.
Was or is?
Was or is.
No, I was unaware of this.
Can I do another insight check?
Yeah.
Just gonna insight.
Feel free.
To be clear, when we were having the conversation with the Intellective Hour last time, it said that Umar, or it thought that Umar was the one host that had that an Intellective Hour had left. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but maybe had returned again. And it wasn't
Okay.
the one host. It was the one host that you knew personally.
Okay,
So
that we knew
the
personally.
only host that you knew personally.
Great.
No, he seems like remarkably clueless about the brain shrimp.
Okay. How do you?
I also have a question for you, Mr. Aziz. You seem so certain about the covering being something that should not come back. How? What's needed to bring the covering back? Like what? For example, is that the dagger that they're using? Is that something that's needed to do to bring it back, or can it be done without it?
There is a distinction between needed and helpful. There are plenty of devices that serve as focal points, or depending on how they are imbued, even conduits for certain types of energy. These devices may be physical. They may be living, even. And these sorts of things can be utilized to access magics that otherwise would not be possible for one to access.
So there's nothing. There's no way to guarantee that it won't. That whoever is in power won't bring it back.
Arwa, I think, has a good head on her shoulders. She seems annoying, but unlikely to bring it back.
Well, she's not in charge anymore.
Well, I mean, I thought that she could be.
She's not in charge anymore.
Oh.
She was voted down from the high seat of the council, and the high seat of the council was being voted for post haste.
Interesting. This is quite fast for the Kava to move. Normally they move much slower than this. Unusual. and weird. I
Well,
wonder what my friend Algernon would say about this. He'd have some thoughts.
Did he have any flowers?
No, that's me. I'm the one partial to flowers, not
Hmm.
Algernon. He's more partial to the fire. And light
Algernon.
itself.
Wait,
Sorry, just forgive. I'm an old man, and sometimes I ramble about friends from my youth. Yes, it is quite fast for the Kava to be doing anything of the sort. Um,
How
But-
about Aida? How about Aida? Do you think that she would seek to bring the covering back?
I don't know her.
Oh, wow. That's not
I,
pretty.
I am not very involved in the current political. I sit out here and I talk at people who come sometimes, and people come and ask for lectures or ask me to interpret the old prophecies that I made, and I more or less tell them that I'm clueless, but still I sit here and they send people to attend to me. But for the first time in quite some time, I feel like the destruction of the covering was an action that was a good thing. It seemed wise to me to allow something to take its natural course. And I thought that you all might be involved somewhat, and unlike some others here who ignore me and or blow me off due to any number of reasons, I thought I would let you know.
Thank you.
Are you infected by a brain thing?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
It's okay if you are.
No. Thank you for asking.
physiologically, I cannot be.
Interesting. Reptile?
Cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded. That makes sense.
He's got that lizard brain.
Right.
I
Got
figured out from
a very warm heart, though.
from the ice yesterday. They want warm places.
Mm.
Or
Makes
not
sense.
yesterday, an hour ago.
That limits many of the places that they can spend their time, doesn't it?
Probably.
Interesting. And where are they? Are they? You speak so casually about this. Are they open, or are you just aware of? This is what they brought you to investigate.
We're about to go to the council with the information.
Yeah, I don't think you're chosen. This seems too weird.
Thanks.
You don't think we're chosen?
Yeah. Doesn't mean you can't do good while you're here, though. Sometimes societies need a kick in the pants.
Doesn't matter if we're chosen or not, if they think we are.
Someone should.
I feel like that's the wisest thing I've heard you say all day, Caliban.
It's also the most conniving.
Maybe there's hope for you yet. Mr. Aziz, one more question about the covering. Numa, she was involved in this process to bring the covering back. Is she needed?
Again, I don't think anyone is needed. I think that there are people who have gone further down certain magical paths. Needed is too strong a word. I don't know. What am I thinking of? Was Cooltix needed to found the ancient civilization of Prion? No, it was just the person who ended up doing it. I don't believe in history is not made by fate, despite my prophetic tendencies. I have to believe in free will.
Well, we definitely have some free will here.
Speaking of free will, Umar, do you know when he'll be back?
No.
When he's done hunting, he already said.
No. I remember that part.
He was asking for something more precise. My flippant answer before was not clear enough for him, and so he asked for clarification. It's fine. He's allowed to do that.
It's
He
like
won't
you've
get a
known
better
me all my
answer.
life.
My first answer was what I knew.
Wonderful. I look up, check the time, and go trying to look for Umar.
Yeah.
Timothy, you could find him, couldn't you?
I could.
You got that ranger thing.
Yeah, I'll poke around.
Can we? I feel like Taja's Elysees has given us maybe a little sort of chink into the armor around this situation. Can we talk on the way? I feel like I've got an idea.
Are you coming with?
Well, I mean, we have to figure this out like now, right? So it seems like now or never.
Okay.
So is everyone going to join this scouting expedition? Looking for Umar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 5? And during that, we'll have a conversation? Well, let's check out the scouting expedition when we get back from our 10-minute break. Well, guys, you just missed an incredible discussion. I am so sorry that the cameras were not rolling while this was going on because we were having a conversation about what instrument a T-Rex would play. I think there is an assumption, an accurate assumption, that a T-Rex with a ukulele would be quite cute, and I can agree with that. But the accordion would be probably the best fit, and also the least distinction between having a human and a T-Rex playing it. Well, there you go. Okay, now you know what goes on during our breaks. We get water, and we have conversations about what instruments animals should play. The accordion burn.
Bards come in all bards come in all shapes and sizes, right? After all,
everyone knows about the classic accordion joke. There's this great accordion player, right? And he's very nervous because he's got this really expensive accordion. But he's going into the grocery store and he has to leave the accordion in the back seat, and he's terrified that something's going to go wrong. You know, it's his most precious possession. It's like a $20,000 accordion. He's so terrified, so he runs into the store and runs out as fast as he can, and he sees something that horrifies him. Parking lot. He sees someone has broken his window, so he drops his groceries, runs full speed across the parking lot, and looks through the window. And what does he see? Someone's dropped off another accordion for him.
Heard that one for viola too.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Well, you know, anything that can be said about any instrument can pretty much be said about any other instrument. Just pick the instrument that you want to make fun of, and it almost makes sense. Okay. Well, so we're questing through the woods. Who's questing through the woods? Well, the 5 of you are questing through the woods. I think that sounds great. I like questing through the woods. So, questing through the woods, and we are trying to track down Umar. Umar, the assistant to Taj al-Aziz, / caretaker, / who really knows what his position is, who theoretically is someone who once had a brain shrimp. By the way, can I tell everyone, I'm so happy that we're using the word brain shrimp. It just gives me a special joy every time I hear you guys say brain shrimp. So Umar, who theoretically is someone who once had a brain shrimp and has since left brain shrimp behind, or possibly not, or possibly yes, or possibly not. We'll find out. But theoretically has some sort of relationship with the brain shrimp. And as a result, we have a quest line to follow. So, who's trying to track this guy down?
I will do it.
And I can assist.
Excellent. Why don't you roll that survival check at advantage then, as you are assisted by our clerical friend. Well, a 19 is quite good. And while you are tracking Umar, who in this group is keeping their eye out upon the forest to see that no creepy crawlies surprise or attack you whilst you are in here. Excellent. Why don't you, Thea, make a perception check?
And my passive is still 22.
Well, Lottie freaking da for you. Wait, your passive perception is 22?
Yes. Because
Sorry,
I took the observant feat.
You took the observant feat, so that gave you a +5.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ran a campaign that got all the way to level 20, where like literally the meme was my passive perception is 20. It was just Sophie saying that meme over and over and over again, and it was always funny.
Mm-hmm.
But it was only 20. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
22 is what your passive perception is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Well, Ami with an 18.
Actually, 23 now because we're level 5. So, yeah. Sorry. Please continue.
Okay. Well, unfortunately for you, you are distracted, which mechanically means you have a -5, putting you at 18, tying you with Ami, making you incredibly good at passive perception. So of course you guys spot the ambush in the woods. I have to think about how you spot the ambush in the woods. How do you spot ranged ambushes? I don't really know. I think actually what this does then is it gives you guys a chance for the two of you obviously have advantage, and I think you can both shout duck and give everyone else advantage as well. Maybe is it a have you pull up stat blocks, not just maps? Sorry. Oh, and then move the players to said map. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to give myself disadvantage on my attack rolls to hit you guys. As two massive, huge rocks come barreling towards you guys from opposite directions. Okay, that is going to be a 15 to hit Nova.
It's a miss.
Okay. And a 16 to hit Thea.
My AC is 16.
Well, then tie goes to and a massive, huge boulder just bam lands hitting you, doing 27 points of damage. And I think with that, I think I should open up an initiative tracker. Turns matter and all that good stuff.
Question. Am I within 5 feet of Thea?
What do you think?
I think so, if I was doing the tracking and she was doing the spotting.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay.
Works for me.
Can I intercept?
How do you do so? It's a boulder that is rolling, that is like flying through the air. Physically, how do you do that? I'm totally down with you doing it. I just want to hear how you do it. I want to hear how cool you are.
I think I would move Thea.
You would move Thea.
Rather than the boulder, yes.
Roll a dexterity saving throw for free.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. You pull Thea out of the way. Thea, you can have that damage. That is only 13 points of damage to you.
Thank you.
Can she uncanny dodge to take 0 damage?
If she has that ability, she certainly can.
I do have that ability.
Then absolutely. You are pulled out of the way by your friend, and then the last little inch of the way, you pull your feet out of the way, and your feet are not crushed by the giant boulder that comes flying through the air towards you at full speed. Fine. I'm totally fine with that. No, I'm actually quite happy with that. Can I get everyone to roll initiative, please?
Okay. Some good initiative rolls.
Great. Yes, it is. Plus 2s. Three. Okay, back to objects and tokens. Holy gosh. Okay.
So these boulders come flying out of nowhere.
Through the trees, it's thick. It's hard to see what's going on, but yes.
Fuck.
And
God damn.
Give me 1 second. Okay. Is that everyone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm missing someone. Who am I missing? Oh, Caliban.
Yeah.
10.
I also can't click on my icon, so I think that's why I didn't roll initiative.
Well, then I can fix that because this is obviously Caliban.
Thanks.
Let's see.
Yep,
if,
that's it.
else.
That worked.
Perfect. Fixing yours as well, then. That is obviously Timothy. Nova is good. Thea is good. Slex is good. Cool. Awesome. Cool. Okay. There we go. So, from the top, Thea, Slexa, one of you want to go first?
You go first.
Okay,
Thea, you're up.
I'll go first.
So boulder has just rolled through. In fact, let's actually add a token for these two boulders while we're at it. I've got boulder tokens. No, that's. I have a Sisyphus token. We're gonna use that.
Nice. Nice. Why do you have a Sisyphus token?
why?
Oh, why doesn't everyone?
I mean, yeah, seriously. So two massive boulders come flying through the trees. You hear the wind on the leaves, and many leaves come out, and these boulders land and create craters and start rolling around down there. They're big. So yeah, what do you want to do?
Can I take like one step back like this?
Mhm.
Okay, and then from there, I'm gonna try to shoot it with.
What are you trying to shoot?
I'm gonna try to shoot the boulder on the right.
Okay.
With my longbow.
Excellent. You hit a boulder. Your arrow strikes the boulder, and the boulder and the arrow shatters across the boulder. It is a boulder, not a meteor swarm. I
Yeah,
understand.
do
the
you see
fear,
anything?
But that was totally the right call. But that is not what this is.
I
Unfortunately,
had to try.
that is totally worth it. 100% approved.
And I'd also like to use my psychic blade.
Nice. Yeah, please feel free.
Let me reacquaint myself really quick.
I have my thing. You mean
1d6 plus ability modifier.
yeah? So the thing is, this creature takes no damage because this creature is just a boulder. That's not a creature. You shot a boulder. It's literally an inanimate object. So it doesn't take any psionic damage. Nor does
Okay.
it take any damage from your arrows. In fact, nothing occurs except that you shot a boulder.
Okay.
That being said, I want to point out again, having the fact that this party has been attacked by meteors, literally, means that this was not a bad idea. This was actually, I think, a perfectly reasonable and logical call that one who had your life experiences would 100% make. Alexa.
Can what direction did the boulders seem to come from?
Yeah, roll a perception check for free. Yeah, one of them seemed to come from like northeast. I'll ping. I'll actually ping on the map. It's from somewhere around here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one came from a little bit on the opposite side of the map, down there.
Okay, great. So sorry, I'm just trying to get a better view here. Okay. So Celexa is going to I think she's going to try to run to the northwest and see if she can flank this thing.
Okay. Yeah, try and go north and northwest.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly.
Like
She
a bear?
she has a 35-foot movement speed, so however
Great.
far she can get. Yeah.
Do you want to double run? Do you want to run?
Yeah, actually, I think I am going to double run.
Right. Technically, you get off the top of the map, but you probably have flanked this thing to a certain extent.
So I'm trying to get closer. I'm trying to see if I can Can I go through here? Can I move my
Yeah, of course.
guy here? So can I sort of like stay in the trees here to try and stay hidden and see if I can see anything over here?
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Roll a perception check as an action now. There's a
Okay.
bonus action or something. Whatever.
Bonus action is fine. Yeah, I
Right.
can do that. So perception check.
There's a giant ape hiding in these trees.
Oh shit! Okay.
That was lovely.
All right. So that's my turn. That's Alexa's turn. She says, "Oh shit!"
Do we? Is it on the map now, or is it?
Yep. I think Lexa, would you make this aware to your
Oh,
party?
there it
that you see
is.
the bandit?
Well, to be fair, I don't know how I would do that without casting message. Which I don't-
Scream!
I don't think Slex is going to scream because she doesn't want it to know that she's there right now.
Mm.
So she's probably not. I don't know if she would be able to.
Are you stealthing?
Nope.
I
it
mean-
knows that she's there.
Oh, okay.
Mechanically speaking, it knows
Like
that you're there.
you
Unless you're stealthing.
run up.
Yeah, and you see it. It's in the trees.
Then,
And
Then
it's
sure,
got like a
she'll-
small little pile of boulders near it.
then she will shout.
Okay. Excellent. Hold on, I've got to do some stealthy things. Okay. And Timothy, a boulder is being thrown at you. A 22 hits.
Yes, that hits.
Excellent. 37 damage.
Wow. Okay.
Nova, it is totally your turn.
That's a
Oh,
lot of damage.
great.
It is.
Oh, I would like to look around for cover.
Yeah. So there's some stone ruins here that would definitely provide cover from the boulders, and potentially partial cover from things that were longer. The trees, like a thicker tree would provide cover, but like from the trunk. But the branches are just too thin to provide any cover from these things.
Okay. Would I be able to make it here to the ruin?
Oh yeah, easily.
Okay. I would like to head across as far as I can. Is that?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So a double move, I could get to here.
There, the footsteps. Yeah, and like there's like that's like a chest high wall, so you can duck behind it easily.
Okay. Yeah. I'd like to run over to here and yell to everyone, "Take cover!"
Yeah, and I think you see as you do a pale white ape, but it seems to have red in its fur around its face, and also like its hands are coated red as well.
That's not good.
Oh, wow.
If somebody wants to come and distract this thing, that would be amazing.
Unfortunately, it is North Guy's turn.
Oh no.
So he is going to attack you. Let's see how he does. He gets a 25 on his first attack and an 8 on his second attack.
Natural one, nice.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
First
you-
attack hits.
I guess. 10 points of damage as it smacks you with its fist. This ape looks very weird. Make a Arcana check for free.
That's 19.
Yeah, you see something blue leaking from its nose. Timothy, it's your turn. Make a nature check for free.
Wait, sorry. Hold on a second. So Alexa is really pissed off,
Mhm.
and when she gets really pissed off, bad things happen.
Yeah, go for it.
So she's gonna cast Hellish Rebuke, and it's second level.
Deck save. I
Hellish-
fail.
Okay,
Give me
one.
those 40-10.
Cool. I think it's 3d10 second level.
Second
Is
level.
that right?
No, second level makes a 40-10, isn't it?
Let me just really quick. I'll check.
Let's double check. Sorry,
Hellish Rebuke. Boop-a-doo.
I should
Yeah,
always trust you.
3D,
Yes,
3D10.
you're right. Of course, you're right. Yeah, go for it.
3D10. 16.
Nice. Yeah, this thing does not seem to like being burned. And Timothy, roll a nature check for free, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Apes are not normally carnivorous, nor are they normally the sort of thing that cause violence. Even large apes tend to be peaceable creatures, but there's something going on here. It's your turn.
I take the brainwash fluid out of my backpack, and I charge directly for the red-handed ape.
This one?
What? No, this one.
Oh, I see.
Okay, go for it.
Wow, yeah.
Can I make it there in full movement?
What's your movement speed?
30.
Then almost certainly not.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
That's 60 feet there.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's only here because he has to go around the giant boulder. You can't go
Gotcha. Well, tell you what, maybe I will instead I will stop short so that I'm still in cover here next to. Yeah.
Nice. I like it. Excellent. Okay. Southern ape gonna charge in.
Southern ape.
Nova.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay so far.
20 to hit Nova.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And then another 20 to hit Nova.
Great.
So that is a total of 29 points of damage. As both two fists just barrel, smacking into your heavily armored form.
I'd like to use interception to take some of that damage.
Please.
So that is a D10 plus proficiency. Okay.
Go for it. Nice. 13. So you're negating 13 damage, is that right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So that is not 29 damage. That is instead only 13 damage. Nope, 16 damage. Sorry.
Okay.
Not bad at all. Caliban.
Fuck this. Okay. These creatures, do they seem to be hungry? Like, do I get a sense of why they're attacking us?
You are not close enough to make an assessment of them, I would say.
Okay.
I'm sort of allowing the assessments when people get close enough to them.
Okay. Who was gravely injured? Who was hurt real bad? Timothy?
Bad.
What are you at right now?
10.
10. And Thea, you were hit pretty bad as well, right?
No, because dodged it.
Okay. Right.
So Alexa and Timothy and Nova have all been hurt. Timothy has been hurt a lot.
Okay. Well, I can't get I can't cast a really nice healing spell on you because you went away. Let's see here. Then probably the best thing I can do. Can I be in cover if I move here?
Yes.
Is that cover from boulder throwing?
Yes, assuming no one's if they're throwing from the other side of the, if this guy moves over here and throws a boulder at you, of course that's
right.
But yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to let's see. And they only seem to be attacking once, correct?
They have multi-attack.
They have multi-attack.
Yeah, they don't have multi-attack when they throw a boulder, but they are punching twice.
They're punching twice. Okay.
Punch.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to. Is this hitting that one there? If I'm Is this square in its area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And then
Yeah, these
That's
things
too-
are 3x3. They
too
are
far.
huge mechanically.
that's too far. Okay. In that case, I think it's still worth it. I'm going to move here.
Mhm.
And cast slow on those
Nice.
two.
Nice. It's a wisdom save.
It's a wisdom save. Let me know. Yes, wisdom save.
Okay. And you're getting the red one and the north one.
No, the south and the north one. I
South
can't
and
hit
north
the
one.
red.
Got it.
I cannot hit the red. Oh wait, no, range is 120 feet.
Range is 120 feet. With
Yeah.
This area of the
So
spell.
yeah, so it's not just from self. So I can put it here
Yeah.
and hit all three. So I'll hit all three.
Great. Well, all three of them fail their saving throw unless your
Right.
DC is somehow below 10.
No.
Great.
So
all three of
their
them are
multi-attacks.
slowed.
So that means all their multi-attacks they can only punch once. Their AC is -2, and dexterity saving throws are also -2, and they cannot use reactions.
That is a very, very, very good thing for them to not be able to do, from your perspective. I like it quite a bit.
And then I'm going to that's
Also, for the record, their speed is halved, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, their speed is also halved.
So if you want to run away from them in any shape or form, you are probably not faster than them, mechanically speaking.
Yes.
just so you're aware. Okay. Yeah, that's your action. Do you have a bonus action?
I believe. Let me see here. Is that a bonus action? That's an action. No, I do not have a bonus action. So I'm just going to stay where I am. I can't, and it's only I can't cast a bonus action first level spell, right? I can only cast.
No, you can only cast a bonus
cantrips
action
at this point?
cantrip.
Okay.
Yeah, mechanically speaking, you can cast an action and a bonus action, but you can't do
two spells.
Leveled spells. Only a spell then a cantrip. Okay.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to yell. Maybe we should run away.
Thea, that makes it your turn.
Can any of the apes see me?
Yes.
I am.
You have not actively hidden. They hit you with a boulder last turn, probably.
So I think I'm gonna turn to the one in the north and try to petrify it. Get it to look at me. Petrify it.
Oh, I love it. Is that a charisma save or con save?
12 is the con save.
Con save D12. Oh, petrified. Petrified and slowed. Celexa, you look at the ape in front of you as it begins to turn to stone. It has another save before it fully turns to stone, but it is in bad shape right now. Is that? I assume that's an action, or is that a bonus action? It's probably an action.
I don't know.
It would probably be overpowered if it was a bonus action. So we're gonna say it's an action.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bonus action, though. I just nerfed it. Welcome to D&D. Okay, and you have a movement if you want to do a movement, and you have a bonus action if you want to do a bonus action.
Yeah. You said there's like some cover.
Yeah, these rocks over here would be cover from the north. This would be cover. That's cover the Calibans, and I guess he's sort of limited. There's a log that's down over here. You could throw yourself behind it.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna go next to Caliban.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. That was Thea's turn. Celexa, you are standing next to a gorilla that is slowly turning to stone.
Okay. Celexa is going to let's see. So okay, just to the south of Celexa, there is like a stone. It's like piled stone or a boulder or something. How?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a cliff face, like a miniature cliff face, like a uneven terrain.
Okay.
So you could jump down it. You are on the high part of that terrain.
Oh, I see. Okay, Great.
You went slightly uphill. It's about it's less than 10 feet though. It's like 8 feet, but it would be good cover against things that were above that.
Right. Okay. So I am going to I'm gonna move like let's see, I see these. So just to the south of the cliff face, there's also some stones there. Can I use those as cover?
Yeah, it would be partial cover.
Partial cover.
Not full cover, but give you +3. Or
Okay, great. So I'm gonna kind of jump down here, and I'm going to take a couple of Eldritch Blasts at the south ape.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I always also like to point out that, of course, the North Ape does not get an attack of opportunity because he is slowed. Just I always like
right.
Because slow is one of the spells that's super freaking powerful and effective, but sometimes you don't always notice because what it is stuff that should be happening doesn't happen. So, yes.
Okay, and so
take those soldiers.
I'm also so Sylix is going to cast Hex on the South Ape.
Perfect.
She's going to Hex its I think strength checks just in case it wants to do any like grappling or anything.
Yeah, good call.
And then she's going to do 2 and Eldritch Blast. Here's 1. Pew pew. And here's 2.
I'm sad to say that both those miss.
No, oh, no worries. All right, so that is her turn.
Excellent. This is going to do nothing, but it is what this creature would do. It leans back and pounds its chest and roar! And I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. Okay. Caliban and Timothy and Thea, if you weren't before, you are now frightened mechanically. So you cannot move closer to that ape. This is the red and white ape.
Okay.
And what did you say? We cannot move closer?
You cannot move closer. You can stay where you are. It can move to you. You mechanically cannot get closer to it than you currently are. That is its whole turn. It can and does nothing else. Nova.
I would like to attack the one right next to me with my magic sword.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I said run, not oh shit. Like take cover behind the wall.
Yeah, well, a 20 definitely hits. Let's check something here.
You're gonna kill me.
I hope I don't kill you.
We'll find out. Can you roll 1d8 for me, please?
Yep.
Awesome. Oh God. Okay. Cool. Wow. Okay. Each creature must make a dexterity saving throw. Excellent. In a 60-foot cone from your sword. So it's only this creature. Okay. Let's see how it does on its dex saving throw. This is categorically a waste of this spell, but maybe a good thing too. Okay, well, unfortunately, it succeeds, so it takes half damage, but that's probably not going to matter because this is a butt ton of damage. Would you like to do the honors and roll a d8 for me?
Sure.
4. Poison damage. Would you like to roll your greatsword damage?
No way.
So you slash into this thing, and literally as you are swinging it, your greatsword starts to illuminate, and you see a cone of multicolored lights just spray forth from it, hitting this massive, massive creature. A green beam of light runs into it, doing 40 points of poison damage. Do you want to take a second swing?
Yeah. Is it dead?
It is not quite dead.
Okay. I'd also like to re-roll the 1 damage that I
Please
got.
feel free.
Okay. Which is a D6. I believe.
Yes.
Oh, there's another one. Okay, never mind. And yeah, I'll make my second attack.
Okay.
Okay.
22 definitely hits. Roll that damage.
Okay. Does it do another magic?
No, it only does it once per turn.
Okay. Oh, good. Can I
You
reroll?
want to reroll both of those?
Oh,
Nice.
that's not much better. Okay.
Yes, it is, because you forgot the +4, so it's actually 12 instead of 6.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, this thing is looking, shall we say, worse for wear. It is not happy right now at all.
I would like to use my bonus action, or my
Please.
my whatever that's called.
Action surge?
I'll attack it one more time.
Excellent. Wait, sorry, your action surge or your bonus?
My action.
Okay, so that means you get 2 more attacks on it.
Oh, great. Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a crit.
Okay. And damage?
Yep, roll damage. Do you
And-
want
Roll the 2.
to... yeah, swing again.
Okay, so plus 1 more damage.
Okay.
And then one final...
One final swing.
Wait, wasn't that a crit?
Or
Oh,
it does double then?
D6 plus... Why does it... Sorry, that 2 over there is, for some reason, it's reading as a 1d8. That's different. It should be 4d6. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. So, that 2 is just wrong. Can you re-roll that with... can you just roll 2d6 for me? I don't know why your sword is wrong, but I'll try and fix it. If you remind me to fix it, I'll fix it.
Roll a 2d6?
Yeah, roll 2d6. Excellent. Do you want to re-roll that 1? This is part of the crit.
Yeah.
Okay. Reroll that 1. So it's actually... Okay, so that's actually lethal.
It's dead?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, so you just, like, charge towards this thing, you smack it, green light emerges from your sword and smacks it again. Other light goes every which way in the forest. You see a tree just disintegrates in a pile of ash as, like, a fire beam hit it. But you, like, keep going, not even hesitating, and swing again, and swing a 3rd time, and just behead this creature.
Yay!
God. Question: if firestorm were a thing, would that be random? Would there be just like raining fire all around us randomly? Like
Maybe.
oh.
I mean, are you asking me if she has control over the magic that she's casting with this sword?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, she does not have control over the magic that she's
Okay.
casting with this sword.
Oh, no.
You know, I'm just... She I don't know, Winota, does Nova have magic training? That is the appropriate response, I think. Excellent. Cool. Nova, technically you have another swing and a movement if you want, but you don't have to if you want to stay in cover.
Well, maybe someone will help, but I guess I will. Why waste a perfectly good attack, right?
Mhm.
Let's see, how far can I get? Would I be able to get around? That's 10.
Yep, you're fine.
I can get to him?
Yep, easily.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to go attack the big one.
Great.
This is a poor choice.
I
Okay.
approve of it.
All right. And I'll make an attack.
Nice. A 13 hits.
Oh, good. All right.
Nice. 55. Yeah, so you smack into him. Actually, what happens is you charge towards him and you grab, and he just grabs your sword with his hand, but your sword just digs into it. And you see a streak of red just coat his already red fur, and he looks at you and he opens his jaws, and you see that somehow, somewhere, someone some way, whatever. This ape does not look like the others. Not only is it white and has red hands, its teeth are filed to points.
Great. This was a really good choice. I'm glad I made it.
Yeah, I'm also glad you made it. Okay, North Ape is in the process of being paralyzed, so he's going to spend his turn attempting to resist that, and failing. The North Ape turns to stone.
Yay!
This is a stone ape. I'm going to put an X through it. There's now a statue of an ape in the middle of the forest for anyone who wants to see. Surprisingly lifelike. Some Thea was here or other.
Hundreds of years go by.
Okay, Timothy, it is your turn.
Okay. I'd like to dip an arrow into the mind control potion.
I love it. Okay.
And take a step out and shoot it.
Sure. So what is your hope here?
I'm hoping a small dose of the mind control potion will make this creature more agreeable.
Okay. Yeah, let's find out. Take your shot, see if you hit.
Okay.
If you miss, it definitely doesn't work.
Okay, let's see here. I'd like to use a luck point.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, definitely. That hits then, right? I forgot how we're ruling this.
I think I have to
Right.
roll another one.
Let's reroll it then. A 16 definitely hits. Roll that damage.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You made this potion, correct?
No. This is potion. Oh, well, inadvertently, I guess. This is potion. This is runoff from the Onkeg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also, that should be an extra D8 of damage.
Well, add that extra D8 of damage. Colossal Flare.
Yep.
Always good. Nice. Okay, cool. This is runoff of the Onkeg, mind control stuff that you sort of adapted and ran. Cool. Awesome. Cool. He fails his saving throw and looks befuddled and a little confused and like, what is going on here a little bit? Caliban, it's your turn. You're muted.
Do I notice the change in demeanor of this creature? Person?
You are relatively far away. If you were closer, you would definitely notice because you were
Okay.
But you're relatively far away.
Well, I'm going to move next to Timothy and cast Cure Wounds.
You
At
notice the change in demeanor of the creature then.
Okay. So first I'll cast Cure Wounds. And I'll do this just at what's your max HP?
47.
47?
Yeah.
We seem to be almost out of combat. I'm just gonna do this at first level. Just to have some spells. So what's 1d8? Is that right? Or I just
1d8
click,
plus your wisdom.
I click the spell and it does it for me.
It does.
So that's 9 points of healing for you.
Thank you.
And then I notice something.
Yeah, the creature has an arrow sticking in its head, and sort of a blue liquid is dripping from it, and it sort of looks like confused and sort of like batting at like things that aren't there. Like it's kind of looking like it's batting at Nova's sword, except that Nova's sword is like down there. And a second ago, it caught it very aggressively, but now it's sort of like smacking the air around it.
Okay, disoriented. Okay. In that case, I'm going to yeah, just sort of call out to it, I guess, in hopes that it will understand the words I'm saying, and say, "We mean you no harm. Just trying to pass through. Sorry, we shot you in the head."
Yeah, it definitely doesn't speak formal Tawani. It definitely doesn't speak Kawanian.
Yeah.
Sylvan or anything like that, or like you're not?
Nope, no. I'm speaking words, and then I'm gonna use my last 5 feet of movement to duck behind here.
Sounds good. This guy is dead. Thea, that makes it your turn.
Do I notice the change in the?
You also are too far away.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna try to hit it with my longbow.
Great, you have advantage on this attack because it is confused. A 14 hits. 11 damage. Do you want to add sneak attack to that?
Yeah.
Do you want to add your psionic die to it?
Why not? Yeah. 1d6.
Nice. You notice that it is particularly susceptible to the psionic damage that you are causing it. It seems to really not like that. Not that that was technically more than anything else that you did, because it's not. You did double damage with that part of your attack, but the rest of your damage was more than that, which is very, very deadly to it, because it was a freaking arrow. But the psionic damage seems stronger. Like, I think you hear psionically yelp in pain over the psionic attack. Celexa.
Do I have any sense from where I'm at about if it seems to be like very hurt at this point?
It seems relatively hurt. I don't want to say very hurt. I will call it bloodied, which is a term from 4th edition that means around or a little less, gone past half health.
Right.
But not substantially past it, I would say.
Right. I understand. Okay, so. Okay, in that case, Celexa is just going to, she is going to do Eldritch Blast.
Do you want to move your hex first for free?
Yes.
Okay, 14 and 17 both hit.
Great.
Do you want to add 2d6 for your hex?
Yes.
Dope.
6 more damage, and we flavored your hex specifically as psionic rather than necrotic?
Yes, that's correct.
Great. Your hex seems to be super effective.
It's super effective.
Okay, it is its turn. Oh boy. Okay. It is slowed. It is hexed. And it is dealing with the mental effects of a mind control potion that has been shot directly into its brain, as opposed to a different mind competing with a different mind control potion that it ingested. This thing is confused and scared as all get out, but is violent. So I think in its fear and confusion, it's going to attempt to grab someone and run away. Now, it's not moving very quickly, and this is an athletics check, which is what was cursed in the hex. So there's a lot of things working against here, but it's going to try and grab Nova and flee. So, Nova, this creature tries to grapple you. It has a disadvantage on its roll. So roll an athletics check. A contested roll. You have to beat an 11. You beat an 11. So he tries to grab you with his big hand, but you just like pull the fingers apart, and like he can't get like a good grip on you. And so he looks at you kind of hurt and like starts trying to stumble away. He provokes an attack of opportunity if you want to take it.
I will take it.
Okay. $17 hits.
And does it do magics?
It does. But let's start with the greatsword damage.
And I'll re-roll the 1.
Okay, so it's 7 right now plus 2. That makes it 9. Okay, let's pull up. Where's my chart for this darn thing? Here we go. 1, 2. Can you roll 1d9 for me?
Okay.
You can custom make it. You type in chat /roll ROLL space 1d9. Perfect. Oh my god. Originating from you, 100 feet long, 5 feet wide. Cool. Okay. Cool. Well, this is the right thing to do to a creature that's trying to escape and or all of your friends. Let's see. Celexa, you are fine. But Caliban and Timothy and Thea and this creature, I need all of you to roll con saves as Nova's sword rends a hole in reality that creates a gravity well that sucks everyone towards the line. Celexa, you're fine.
You're sure about that? Okay.
Am I sure?
Con
save.
Con save, you said?
Yes, I did.
I like that you added this spell, though. I like the spell a lot. Con save. That's not good. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Lucky me.
So you take half damage. $35 points of damage as you are rammed towards each other or this fissure in reality. This also goes to this creature. This creature is now dead. Because it failed. And that's the end of combat.
Okay.
This creature is now dead. And
Wow.
I think the rift in reality coalesces and reasserts itself, and everything is fine. Although some of you may be more worse for wear. Anyone unconscious?
Well, here's a question. What's the rule for instant death? Is it negative?
You have to hit the number that is negative your max HP.
Oh, native match HP, not Constitution?
Yes. It's a very, 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 very forgiving system after about level 1.
That is. Thank you. Okay. Yeah.
Who is unconscious right now? Just you? And Ami, are you pretty gravely hurt?
Yeah, I only have 2 HP.
Okay.
I'm going to use my other... Are we out of initiative at this point?
Yes, we're out of initiative.
Okay, I'm going to use my other... Winona, are you hurt a little bit as well?
Yeah, I'm at 39.
Okay, I'm going to use my last third level and use mass healing word.
Mass healing word.
Mass healing word. So everybody, including myself, gets oh, that's weird.
You don't have to roll it.
Yeah.
Click on the text mass healing word in there. It might roll the correct thing.
Yeah, there it is.
9.
Yeah.
Everyone gains 9 hit points.
Yeah. 9 for everybody.
And comes back to consciousness if unconscious.
Did we win?
Hurry.
And then I'll walk over to you, John, and cast my last cure wounds.
Thank you.
These forests are really dangerous.
It's another 6 points to you.
Did something seem fishy about those giant rampaging multicolored gorillas to you?
Yes, they don't normally attack like that.
They're also really big.
Yeah, I don't know. Timothy, what do you think? I mean, I know you're sorry. I know you just almost died and everything. I'm very sorry about that. But what did you think? You know, when you got up close and took a look.
Can I examine them?
Yeah, why don't you go forward? Why don't we make a survival check here? Do you want to focus on one of the smaller ones or the bigger white and red one?
I think I'd like to focus on the white and red one.
Yeah. Sure.
Can I go to the smaller one?
Yeah,
It's not
absolutely.
stone.
If you'd like to make a survival check on the creature that has not yet turned to stone but is dead.
Yeah, I'd like to actually look specifically at its digestive system, to see what it's eaten.
Yeah, absolutely. Excellent. Yeah, why don't you?
Would that be nature or medicine?
Survival, I think. Survival or medicine.
Okay.
One or the other. I'll take either in this case. An ape is close.
27.
Okay. Perfect. So first of all, to answer Timothy's questions first, this creature is definitely some sort of twisted abomination. Something has experimented upon this creature. It is definitely not normally occurring in nature. You look at it and you're like, yep, this is not quite a beast. This is definitely not quite a beast. The more I look at it, the more obviously this is like, there's beast parts here, but you look at the teeth and you realize that basically someone has magically somehow inserted shark teeth into this creature. These are not like, they didn't just file their teeth down, they literally placed their teeth. Also, this seems to have like small horns on it. They don't quite work, and it's very like galumphing. It's definitely a big creature. And the giant ape was definitely the base, but this is something that's been manipulated magically. Someone or something has done some sort of experiments on creatures that is leading to this thing existing.
Who would even do that? Who would do that?
Yeah. Okay. So you go through this ape's stomach, and you see, Caliban, mostly fruit and leaves. And then quite recently, a small deer. And looking carefully in it, you come across that one of the fruits seems to have something inside of it. It's not fully digested, but inside of it, you see that someone has injected more of this creepy blue mind control liquid.
Unrelated. Back to my favorite subject.
You're cutting out for me. You're very quiet, Nova.
Huh?
You're very quiet for me for some reason.
Oh,
There you go.
I'll talk in this direction.
Also, Evan, can you go to push talk while Brendan's cooking?
On an unrelated note, my favorite subject of healing potions, would I have been able to carry all of them, or?
Sure. Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
I presume they take up no space. Basically, you have I don't know, what's your strength?
18.
Yeah. So legally, in basic, assuming we said variant encumbrance, I think. So that means that you can carry, I don't know, 240 pounds easily or something like that. So I'm not that worried.
Okay. I asked Timothy, do you need more healing? I'm sorry, I almost killed you.
Oh, that's water under the canoe. Sure, I'll take it.
How much healing do you need?
I'll take one for now.
Common, greater, superior.
Oh, medium?
Okay. That's 4d4 plus 4.
4d4 plus 4. Thank you.
Could I get one as well?
Yeah. Common, greater, or superior?
How much is common?
2d4 plus 2.
I'll do common.
At this point, I'm scanning around looking for any sign of the trail to Umar that we may have lost.
Yeah. So actually, at this point, Umar jumps out of the trees and comes down and like is in awe. And he looks at you guys and he says, I have been tracking these things for 2 days. I was trying to figure out a way to set up some sort of trap or something, and you just killed them.
Sorry?
No, please, I am impressed. Timothy, I did not expect you to be qualified with a bow.
Oh, well, I mean, look, you got the drop on me that one time. I'm usually much better when I don't have a knife to my throat, you know?
I'm just saying, look, I haven't known many lizard folk in my day, but you look old.
Oh, I mean, I've been around, yeah, few trips around the sun.
And I don't know about what your people are like, but old people are slow here. I mean, that's why I have to care for old fart bones.
To be fair, I am about 1/20th of his age, I think, so.
Right, but still, he's old. And
Were
you
you
look old,
tracking the apes for food or because they were acting strangely?
They were I'd never seen sorry, I didn't know what the white one. I don't know what it was. It was not an ape though, and it's not local. I'd never seen anything like that before, so I was curious. And then when it met up with these two and fed it the fruit, and then they started eating deer and the like, I was worried. I reported it to Bashir, but no one really came and did anything about it.
That's not good.
Well, Bashir has a parasite in his brain.
Yeah.
And these things seemed to as well. At least maybe not had something in their brain, but their brains were being affected in some way. So maybe there's a connection there.
Yeah. You know, parasite is a strong word. Bashir has another occupant.
Symbiote?
Yeah, symbiote. How do you feel about that? If you want to tell us anything, you can. You can trust us.
Roll a persuasion check at disadvantage. 9. He looks at you and says, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're getting at.
Do you have a brain thing in your brain? Do you have something that's living in your brain, or have you ever...
what is the... I'm sorry, what are you...
This is not the first time we've asked someone this. Are we getting worse at this?
This is really weird. I don't know what's going on. I came down to tell you that I was impressed, and I don't know.
Thank you.
Offer you like some food or something. I don't know, or like wonder why you were here. I don't know.
We happen to be looking for you. That's why we're out here. We wanted to ask you whether or not you had some sort of creature living in your brain at any given point in time.
Why?
Because we seek your advice. We are currently discussing amongst ourselves whether or not to trust, not trust necessarily, but not mistrust these creatures, these beings. And we have heard from a very trustworthy source that you had one of these beings inside of you at one point and no longer do. And as such, you're the only person that has been through that experience who might be able to answer our questions.
Sure. I'm not I'm not exactly what you say.
Go on.
Well, sorry, it's I'm not used to talking like this. We found each other again.
Are you currently is the thing in your brain right now?
Yeah, his name's Callus.
Callus.
Yeah.
Thank you for being honest with us.
Yeah, he's great. I love having him around. We love being together. It means a lot to us that we can do this.
So sweet.
Yes. So I guess what we would say is that we were each lost in our own way, but Umar was looking for something better, something different, and found Callus, bonded, and Umar kind of freaked out. We had been friends for a while, but friends fight. Sometimes we don't get along. Sometimes we do. It's really less of a, more of like almost a marriage. And Umar was worried that that his own thoughts were not his own thoughts. And so what we decided to do was that I would split up. Our two halves would go their separate ways. Callus would return, and I would have Umar. Umar would also return, and as a result, it was even worse. We were deeply lonely, both of us, each of us. And Umar willingly submitted to mind erasure procedures to protect Callus and all of us. He didn't wish harm upon our people, but then was lost again and lonely again. And following remarkably similar clues, Umar returned, and Callus returned, and we found each other again.
Who are we talking to right now, Umar or Callus?
I mean, it's really us at this point. It doesn't really work like that. At least not for us.
And Callus, when you left, where did you go?
We each went to our own homes.
And, yeah, where is your home?
We don't trust you enough to inform you of that information. Many would see a relationship like this and immediately turn to genocide or wiping us out. My own master, if that's what you call him, Taj El Aziz, whatever, the old fart I have to look after. His grandson is seen as a hardliner by some, but more people in the Kava agree with him than you might think. That just the existence of the disease is what they call us, is reason enough to kill us. The existence of a disease is enough to kill us. Imagine that.
Sure. People are afraid of what they don't understand. I think a lot of people here don't understand what you do.
People are afraid of change. So I don't think it's necessarily that people would react badly to the idea, but we need to tread carefully because we have brought about the largest change that this world has ever seen 2 days ago, 3 days ago. And if we bring about another
was that the
sweeping
sky thing?
change,
Was that the sky thing? Like when the sky changed colors? What was that? I was out here. That was like just before the ape. I saw the apes for the first time, like the next day.
Oh, great. That was the covering coming down.
The covering came down.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Callus, I would imagine the Callus side of you would imagine. I would imagine would be happy about that.
So callous.
We were led to believe that your species wanted that.
And Umar Callis looks at you, and like furrows his brow for a second, and like closes his eyes, and then opens them again and says, "Not all of the species is unified. Not all of it agrees with the same things. Is your species unified? Yeah. Different perspectives, different points of view. Not all are as do you know that the intellect of ours came from the mind flayers, that they made them, they crafted them for their own ends, and that they many of our species crave vengeance, and we understand the desire for vengeance. Of course, it makes sense, but they also created us, and so in a sense we owe them for our life as well, not to negate their torture of our people or their forced enslavement of our people, which I would never do. But the galaxy is big, and I wouldn't say that I wouldn't say that we are believers in nonviolence, obviously, but we're closer to that than some of our own people. And there are more of us than you might think.
12,000?
No, I meant more people like us who are peaceable, not in it for vengeance, in it to find a home. In many ways, the Kava is the perfect place. There's so many different sects, and no one really knows what they believe. A lot of people feel isolated and alone in a way that allows us to be an answer for some of them.
Do you know of other partnered members of the Kava?
For safety, we do tend to operate in secrecy, but yes, I know some.
Do you have like meetings?
I certainly know that there are people who have meetings, people who group together, people who push for things, but we are not as unified as you seem to think. There are many perspectives that we have.
What percentage of you would you say do not seek revenge?
I don't know. In our basic form, nodded. We don't really have the ability to communicate, so it's hard for us to do polls, get data.
I have a question. Since you are not monolithic as a species, are there any that in fact swing the polar opposite from you and are, morally speaking, evil, murderers? Well, what have you? Not vengeful, because I understand that.
That's a difficult question to answer. We hope that there are none that are irredeemable. Of course, there are those who have different perspectives, but if there was only 12,000 members of your species, then even the most extreme views would be sought to be brought back in.
Callus, do you know Nuja well?
Not personally.
Is the consciousness of your people, once called intellect of ours, now something new? Is it collective, or do you each have your own individual consciousness?
It was collective. When the Mind Flayers made us, we were connected to the Mind Flayer Collective. Here on this planet, we exist differently, and since then, in other planets too, apparently, we exist differently. We exist in sort of small pods that can interface with each other. So each pod has a collective that we can do things, but we are responsible for each other's well-being within our pod. But outside that pod, we wouldn't necessarily know each other, although there are people who go out of their way to make conversation to figure out ways to bond. I know my pod very well. Every face, every name, every tentacle. Honestly, I know every face and every name in each of their lives. It's a very warm feeling.
Hey guys, it's getting late. Don't we have a decision to make?
I think actually with that, that's the perfect ending to the episode. We have a decision to make. It's a two-parter, clearly. So next week we'll have an election, if that's good with everyone. That sound reasonable? Excellent. Then we will call that a day. Guys, that was a lot of fun. Good stuff all around. I loved our political infighting at the beginning. And we've got a puppy on screen, which is the best thing in the world. It's true that we're a cat-friendly stream, but you know what? Puppies are great. Who is anything wrong with puppies?
Particularly this one.
I mean, I'm down. What's their name?
This is Tomas.
Tomas?
Tomas, yeah. He is
excellent.
Just the sweetest. He's the best.
Excellent. Well, Tomas, welcome to the stream. We have a character that's named after you on Mondays. And said character was recently cursing out this group in a vial of hatred for taking down the covering. That may or may not be a problem for some other people. So, we'll see what all happens and all that good stuff. Cool. Well, guys, thanks so much for watching. Those of you that have been here, we really appreciate it. Please do your best to take care of yourself, take care of others. Try to support those who are less well off than you as best you can. If you like our stuff, please check out some of our other stuff on this channel. We've got shows every Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Good stuff going on all around. Please take care of yourself. And as always, call your cat and feed your mom.
Bye.